17,000 meals every single day. That's what happens inside the floating cities we call aircraft carriers. Right now, somewhere in the middle of the ocean, Navy chefs are cooking for more people than most small towns. We're talking about feeding 5,000 hungry sailors aboard a $13 billion warship. These aren't your regular restaurant kitchens. These are massive floating food factories where one mistake could leave thousands without a meal. The pressure is real. The stakes are high. And the stories from inside these galleys will blow your mind. Inside the USS Gerald R. Ford, the most advanced and expensive aircraft carrier ever built, something incredible happens 3 times a day. The ship's culinary team transforms raw ingredients into thousands of hot meals while sailing through some of the world's most challenging waters. This isn't just about cooking. This is about keeping America's finest fed, motivated, and ready for anything. The numbers are staggering. Over 100 dedicated culinary specialists work around the clock to prepare more than 17,000 meals daily. That's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and midnight rations for a crew that never sleeps. These brave men and women in white uniforms are the unsung heroes keeping our naval forces strong from the inside out. If you're proud of our Navy's dedication, type "proud" in the comments below. Modern aircraft carriers like the Gerald R. Ford represent the pinnacle of American naval engineering. At over 1,100 feet long and powered by 2 nuclear reactors, these floating cities can operate for months without resupply. But none of that advanced technology matters if the crew isn't properly fed. The massive scale of operations. The scale of feeding a carrier crew is mind-boggling. Every week to 10 days, supply ships deliver between 400,000 to 1 million pounds of food. That's like restocking several supermarkets at once, except everything has to fit in specially designed storage areas below deck. The culinary specialists plan menus 21 days in advance. They can't just run to the local grocery store if they run out of something. Everything must be calculated perfectly. Fresh fruits and vegetables are treasured commodities that don't last long at sea, so the chefs get creative with preservation techniques and menu planning. Each meal service is like running a major restaurant during the lunch rush, except it happens 3 times a day without fail. The breakfast shift might start at 3 a.m. to have everything ready by 6 a.m. There's no calling in sick, no taking a day off when you're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Inside the galley, a culinary battlefield. But here's where it gets really interesting. The modern Ford-class carriers have revolutionized shipboard cooking with something called conglomerate galleys. Instead of the 5 separate kitchens found on older Nimitz-class carriers, the Ford uses just 2 massive, high-tech galleys that can feed the entire crew more efficiently. These aren't your typical restaurant kitchens. We're talking about industrial-sized equipment that would make any chef jealous. Picture cooking pots that hold 80 gallons of food, dough mixers so large they can handle 60 pounds of dough at once, deep fryers the size of hot tubs, and grills so massive that chefs regularly cook over 100 pieces of meat simultaneously. The level of multitasking required is incredible. At any moment, you might see a chef monitoring dozens of steaks on the grill, while another team prepares hundreds of pounds of vegetables in steamers the size of small rooms. The coordination required is like conducting an orchestra, except the music is the sizzle of grills and the rhythm of chopping knives. The heroes behind the meals. What makes these culinary specialists truly remarkable is their training and dedication. Before they ever step foot on a carrier, they complete intensive training at the Joint Culinary Center of Excellence in Virginia. This isn't basic cooking school. They learn to handle massive quantities of food while maintaining the highest standards of safety and nutrition. Many of these sailors come from diverse backgrounds. Some are experienced chefs who joined the Navy to serve their country. Others had never boiled water before enlisting. Regardless of their starting point, they all become part of an elite team responsible for one of the most critical aspects of naval operations, keeping the crew fed and happy. The senior chefs, many with 15 to 20 years of experience, serve as mentors and leaders. They understand that good food isn't just about nutrition, it's about morale, comfort, and maintaining the fighting spirit of America's naval forces. When you're deployed for months at a time, far from home and family, a well-prepared meal can make all the difference. Over 98% of viewers watch without subscribing. If you're enjoying this behind-the-scenes look at our Navy's operations, hit that subscribe button. It helps us bring you more incredible military stories, special operations, and challenges. The real test of these culinary teams comes during combat operations or emergency situations. When the ship is conducting flight operations, launching and recovering aircraft around the clock, the galley crews must maintain meal service regardless of what's happening on the flight deck above. During the Ford's recent deployment to the Mediterranean, supporting operations near Gaza, the culinary team had to adapt to extended combat readiness periods. This meant longer hours, more intensive meal preparation, and ensuring that pilots and crew members had access to food whenever their demanding schedules permitted. The logistics become even more complex when you consider dietary restrictions and special needs. In a crew of 5,000 people, you have sailors with food allergies, religious dietary requirements, and medical conditions that require special nutrition. The culinary specialists track all of these needs and provide alternatives for everyone. Special occasions present their own challenges and opportunities. Birthday celebrations at sea include special meals with tablecloths, music, and premium dishes like prime rib or lobster. Holiday meals require extra planning and creativity to bring a taste of home to sailors who are thousands of miles from their families. Technological marvels of modern naval cooking. The Ford-class carriers represent a quantum leap in naval culinary technology. The automated systems reduce the crew size needed while actually improving food quality and efficiency. Advanced refrigeration systems keep ingredients fresh longer. Computer-controlled cooking equipment ensures consistent results even in rough seas. The galleys are designed to operate efficiently even when the ship is rolling in heavy weather. Special stabilizing equipment keeps hot oil from splashing and prevents accidents that could be catastrophic in the confined spaces of a ship. Everything is secured and designed with safety as the top priority. Temperature monitoring systems track food storage throughout the ship. This prevents spoilage and ensures that health standards are maintained even during extended deployments. The investment in these systems reflects the Navy's commitment to taking care of its people. The human side of naval cuisine. What really sets these culinary specialists apart is their understanding that they're not just cooking food. They're providing comfort, maintaining morale, and supporting the mission of the United States Navy. When a young sailor receives a birthday meal far from home, or when the crew enjoys a special Taco Tuesday that breaks up the routine of deployment, these moments matter. The camaraderie in the galley is special. These teams work together in high-pressure situations, supporting each other through long deployments and challenging conditions. Many form lifelong friendships and take pride in their role supporting America's naval operations. Career opportunities for culinary specialists extend far beyond their military service. The training, leadership experience, and ability to work under pressure translate perfectly to civilian careers in hospitality, restaurant management, and food service operations. The billion-dollar investment in excellence. The $13.3 billion price tag of the Gerald R. Ford represents America's commitment to maintaining naval superiority. But it's important to understand that this investment includes everything needed to support the crew, including some of the most advanced food service facilities ever installed on a warship. The Ford-class program is designed to save billions in operating costs over the lifetime of each ship. Part of these savings comes from the efficiency improvements in food service operations. Fewer crew members can prepare more meals with better equipment and systems. This investment in our sailors' welfare reflects American values. We don't just build the most advanced warships in the world, we ensure that the brave men and women who operate them have everything they need to perform their duties effectively, including excellent meals that remind them they're valued and appreciated. Looking forward, the future of naval food service. The success of the Ford's culinary operations is setting the standard for future carriers. The lessons learned from feeding nearly 4,000 crew members and air wing personnel are being applied to the next ships in the class, including the John F. Kennedy, currently under construction. Innovation continues in naval food service. New preservation techniques, improved menu variety, and even more efficient cooking equipment are constantly being developed. The goal is always the same: provide the best possible food service for America's naval forces. The integration of Allied forces during joint operations adds another dimension to these culinary operations. When ships from NATO allies operate alongside American carriers, the food service teams often share techniques and even prepare special meals showcasing international cuisine. Conclusion: the daily life of Navy chefs aboard America's aircraft carriers represents dedication, skill, and patriotism in action. These culinary specialists understand that their mission goes far beyond cooking. They're supporting the readiness and morale of the most powerful naval force in the world. From the 3 a.m. breakfast prep to the midnight rations, from feeding 5,000 hungry sailors to maintaining the highest standards of food safety, these men and women exemplify the excellence that defines the United States Navy. Every meal served aboard these billion-dollar warships represents America's investment in its people. When our sailors are well fed and cared for, they can focus on their critical mission of protecting our nation and maintaining peace around the world. The next time you think about the incredible capabilities of American aircraft carriers, remember the dedicated culinary specialists working tirelessly below deck, ensuring that our naval forces have the fuel they need to defend freedom wherever duty calls. Thanks for joining us for this inside look at naval operations. If you found this fascinating, give us a like and subscribe for more incredible stories about the men and women who serve our country. Until next time, stay curious about the amazing people who make America strong.